The effect of family health and psychological strengths perceived by job seekers on job search effectiveness. Co-authors 강인성 and 성재주. The purpose of this study was to identify the effect of job health, perceived family health, and psychological strengths on job search effectiveness. The subject of this study were 128 job seekers in 00 metropolitan city. For the analysis method, frequency analysis, reliability analysis, correlation analysis were performed using SPSS program, and regression analysis was performed on causality among variables. First, the analysis of the relationship between the family health perceived by job seeker and the job seeker's job search effectiveness showed that the factors of mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability, and cooperation, and family culture and social participation, which are sub-factors of perceived family health, were positively significant influence on the job seeker's job search effectiveness. On the other hand, family elasticity and qualitative bonding factors were verified to have no significant effect on job search effectiveness. Second, an analysis of the relationship between the psychological strengths of the job seeker and the effect of the job search effectiveness showed that the control factor among the sub-components of the psychological strengths had a positive and significant effect on the job seeker's job search effectiveness. On the other hand, factors of environment and challenge have shown no significant impact on job search effectiveness. This study is thought to be the basis for preparing programs for job seekers to enhance their competence. Keywords: job seekers, perceived family health, psychological strengths, job search effectiveness, mutual respect and acceptance. Number 1, instruction. Number 1.1, the necessity of study. The reality is that the number of jobs that will disappear as the country shift from an industrialized society to the first industrial revolution era is increasing. Han-Jun Kim studies report that job losses will be 43.3% due to the first industrial revolution, while job growth will be 13.4% as a result. The problem of job search in the modern society is serious, such as youth unemployment and job inequality. According to the National Statistical Office data, the number of young people preparing to get a job recently exceeds 700,000 in Korea, the highest number in 13 years. These results show that the job market is not very bright. Therefore, it became necessary to study active job search measures for job seekers to address their burden and prolonged job preparation, psychological anxiety, mental pain, and social problems. In particular, it is reported that job seekers' job search effectiveness is a very important variable in their job search activities. Hae-Jung-Kwak, 2011, job search effectiveness refers to a belief in an individual's ability to successfully carry out various job activities. 2018, Jung Hyun-Jo, Those who engage in these activities are called job seekers. Looking at previous studies on job search effectiveness, it is very important that the job seekers' job search effectiveness is supported by family members. This is because it is reported that job search effectiveness and social support impact. Career Short Women's Job Search Effectiveness 2018 강희구. It also has been reported that job search effectiveness affects job preparation activities. 2018 하나범. Therefore, in order to prevent job seekers from giving up their job search activities and induce them to continue their job search activities, various factors that determine job search effectiveness should be studied. The following are studies of family support for job seekers and their job search effectiveness. From the perspective of family support within the category of social support, it has been confirmed that social support affects job seekers' job goals and motivation. And the study by Pilchuhan found that when family support for married female immigrants was high, job effectiveness was high. Hyunmi Lee reported a significant correlation between the two variables after analyzing the impact of social support on overall job search effectiveness for female job seekers who are seeking re-employment. In summing up the above discussions, it can be seen how positive the support of family members has in determining job openings. However, there has been no study on factors affecting job search effectiveness in terms of a family health factor for job seekers. Therefore, research of family health is needed to prevent job seekers from giving up their job search activities and to continue to induce them into job search activities. Meanwhile, studies on psychological factors affecting job search effectiveness of job seekers are as follows. Jiyoung Kim and Ki-hak Lee studied the effect of self-elasticity, which is a sub-variable of positive psychological character, on career-determined self-effectiveness and job preparation activities. As a result, career decision-making self-activeness completely mediated university students' self-elasticity and career preparation activities. Shin-young Park said that positive psychological character has positive influence on career preparation activities by verifying the media effect of social support in the relationship between positive psychological character and career preparation action of university students. In summing up the above discussions, it can be seen that positive psychological character has a positive impact on career preparation activities. However, there has been no study on factors affecting job search effectiveness in terms of psychological strength factor for job seekers. Therefore, research on psychological strength is needed to prevent job seekers from giving up their job search activities and to continue to lead them to job search activities. This prior study resulted in the need to study the effect on their job effectiveness of job seekers In the existing studies, some case studies related to job preparation have been conducted for job seekers, but there are insufficient studies on perceived family health, psychological strengths, and job search effectiveness for job seekers. Therefore, this study aims to provide basic data to address the psychological difficulties and stress problem of job seekers by finding the effect of family health and psychological strengths perceived by job seekers on job search effectiveness. Number 1.2, research issue. The purpose of this study is to analyze the relationship among job seekers' perceived family health, psychological strengths, and job search effectiveness. The specific research questions are as follows. First, what is the effect of job seekers' perceived family health on job search effectiveness? Second, what is the effect of job seekers' psychological strengths on job search effectiveness? Number 2.1, research subject. This study investigated job seekers in 00 metropolitan city from April 1st, 2019 to May 30th, 2019. The survey was conducted by self-registration formula after fully explaining the questionnaires proposed to the subject in advance. A total of 128 copies of the research data were collected and used for analysis. Number 2.2, research tool. The tools used in this study consisted of 3 questions of demographic characteristics, 22 questions of perceived family health, 45 questions of psychological strengths, and 21 questions of job search effectiveness. The general characteristics were investigated by organized gender, age, and monthly income levels. To measure job seekers' perceived family health, 22 questions of job seekers' perceived family health measurement. Tool of 성희박 were used. To measure psychological strengths, 45 questions of psychological strengths measurement tool of 경하김 were used, and 21 questions of job search effectiveness measurement tool of 현철조 were also used to measure job research effectiveness, and each question was measured on a 5-point of Likert scale. Number 2.3, reliability. Number 2.4, data processing and analysis method. The data collected in the study was verified at the significance level of 5% using the SPSS 22.0 program, and the reliability calculation of each research tool was analyzed using a coefficient of Cronbach's alpha. The demographic characteristics of job seekers used frequency analysis. Correlation analysis was conducted on perceived family health, psychological strengths, and job search effectiveness of job seekers, and regression analysis was performed to identify causality. Number 3, results. Number 3.1, demographic characteristics. Looking at the demographic characteristics of the subject in this study, the gender of the job seekers was found to have a higher percentage of women's responses, with 48 men, 37.5%, and 80 women, 62.5%. Those in their 40s accounted for the largest share of 41 people, 32 followed by 32 people in their 50s, 25%, 25 people in their 20s, 19.54%, 16 people in their 30s, 12.5%, and 14 people in their 60s or older, 10.9%. The monthly income level was the highest at 65 people, 50.8%, with over 3 million won and under 3.99 million won, followed by 28 people, 21.9%, with over 2 million won and under 2.99 million won, and 17 people, 13.3%, with over 4 million won and under 4.99 million won. Number 3.2, technical statistics on major barriers. Number 3.3, correlation between variables. Number 3.4, impact of perceived family health and the psychological strength of job seekers on job search effectiveness. Number 3.4.1, effect of perceived family health of job seekers on job search effectiveness. Multiple regression analyses were conducted to find out the effect of perceived family health of job seekers on their job search effectiveness. According to the analysis, the R-squared value, which refers to the ability to explain the perceived family health of job seekers, is 0.545 and indicates a regression model with 54.5% of the total variability. In addition, the Durbin-Watson value is 1.454 and is not close to 0 or 4, so there is no autocorrelation. The tolerance limit was 0.1 or higher, and the VIF value was less than or equal to 10. The regression model estimated as a result of ANOVA on the model was shown to be statistically significant. To look at the influence of each sub-factor of perceived family health, mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability and cooperation, family culture and social participation factors have been shown to have a static effect on job search effectiveness at a statistical significance level. On the other hand, family elasticity and qualitative bonding factors are shown to have no significant impact on job search effectiveness. This means that the higher the factors of mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability and cooperation, and family culture and social participation, which are the sub-factors of the perceived family health of the job seekers, the higher the job search effectiveness is. Number 3.4.2, effect of psychological strength of job seekers on job search effectiveness. Multiple regression analyses were conducted to find out the effect of psychological strength of the job seekers on their job search effectiveness. According to the analysis, the R-squared value, which refers to the psychological strength of self-effectiveness, is 0.495 and describes the regression model as 49.5% of the total variability. In addition, the Durbin-Watson value is 2.044. So there is no correlation. The tolerance limit was 0.1 or higher, and the VIF value is 10 or less than 10. The regression model estimated as a result of the ANOVA on the model was shown to be statistically significant. To look at the influence of each sub-factor of psychological strengths, control factor has been shown to have a steady effect on job search effectiveness at a statistical significance level. On the other hand, environment challenge factors are shown to have no significant effect on job search effectiveness. This means that the higher the control factor, which is the sub-factor of the psychological strengths of the job seeker, is, the higher job search effectiveness is. Number 4, conclusion and suggestion. In this study, the effect of perceived family health, psychological strengths, and job search effectiveness of job seekers were analyzed. Based on the analysis result, the detailed discussion is as follows. First, an analysis of the influence of the job seekers' perceived family health and job search effectiveness showed that the factors of mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability, and cooperation, family culture, and social participation, which are sub-factors of perceived family health, had a positive and significant effect on job search effectiveness. On the other hand, family elasticity and qualitative bonding factors have been found to have no significant impact on job search effectiveness. This means that the higher the factors of mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability and cooperation, and the family culture and social participation, which are the sub-factors of the perceived family health of the job seekers, the more the job search effectiveness is. These results mean that the higher the factors of mutual respect and acceptance, economic stability and cooperation, and family culture and social participation, which are sub-factors of perceived family health for job seekers, the higher the job seekers' effectiveness is. On the other hand, family elasticity and qualitative bonding factors have been found to have no significant impact on the job search effectiveness. Second, on analysis of the influence of the work seekers' psychological strengths and job search effectiveness shows that the control factor among the sub-factors of psychological strengths has a positive and significant effect on job search effectiveness. On the other hand, the factors of involvement and challenge have shown no significant impact on job search effectiveness. This means that the higher the control factor, which is the sub-factor of the psychological strengths for the job seekers is, the higher job search effectiveness is. On the other hand, the factors of environment and challenge have shown no significant impact on job search effectiveness.